So, since you've clicked onto this video, you probably know Alex Hormozi, Iman Gaji, Andrew Tate, Charlie Morgan, all of these top guys in the industry. And you also probably know that these people all combined are making tens, if not even hundreds of millions of dollars every single fucking month. And the reason they're able to do this is simply because of this one thing that I'm going to show you in this video. And once I went ahead and actually implemented this one thing for myself, I've been able to scale my company past $20,000 per month. I've also scaled over 35 different agencies and B2B service based companies in 10 different industries, and I've generated over $250,000 for these clients combined. And if you actually want to check out these results, then there is a link that you can click down below this video. Now, this one simple thing is called leverage. And I know, yes, you probably heard this 1,000 different other times. And before you click off this video, let me show you how you can actually implement this within your own business so you can actually get tangible results. Now, as you can see in here, well, leverage, all this thing is the difference between inputs and outputs. Now, in this case, the output, as you can see, is way bigger than the input, right? And so now we have leverage. Now, let me show you an example so that you can understand this better before actually diving into the process of how to implement this within your own business. So let's say that here we have Nick and Carlo, right? Now, Nick spends 2 hours manually outreaching to 50 prospects every single day, which is fucking boring, by the way. Then Carlo spends 5 minutes onto his AI system and sends 400 outreaches to prospects on a daily basis. Now, both Nick and Carlo are spending two very important resources. They are both spending time and energy. Now, the time spent by Nick is 2 hours, while the time spent by Carlo is 5 minutes. Now, the energy spent by Nick is medium to high. Why? Because Nick has to go on to Instagram, for example, or X. He has to manually find 50 different people, potential qualified prospects, and also manually send a message to each one of these prospects. Then the energy spent by Carlo is very low because all he has to do is simply spend 5 minutes onto the AI system by simply clicking a few different buttons here and there. Now, here's the interesting part. Well, the output achieved by Nick in this case is 50 outreaches, while the output achieved by Carlo is 400 outreaches. Now, as you can see, Carlo spends less time, less energy, and achieves almost a 10x output simply because of leverage. So now I hope that you understand that leverage is literally the cheat code, the hack to getting any fucking goal that you have within your own business. Now, let me show you exactly step by step how to create leverage within your own business. So, what you want to do right now is you want to create a complete list of every single daily task that you do on a daily basis towards your business, right? Now, let's say, as an example, that you want to go from 0 to 10K a month, right? And obviously, this is going to be different depending on what goal and what stage you're at. So now let's say that you want to go from 0 to 10K, right? And these are the daily tasks that you do on a daily basis. First off, let's say that you want to create a logo for your business, you optimize your logo, and you also create a website for your business on a daily basis. Then let's say that you are doing some outreach. So I don't know, like 50 manual outreaches a day. And then you're taking, let's say, like a few sales calls here and there. Now, on a daily basis, you are spending here for the logo creation and the website creation something like, let's say, 2 hours, right? Then you're spending, again, 2 hours for the outreach because you're manually outreaching to prospects like Nick. And then you are spending probably not even every day, but some days, let's say 30 minutes a day on the actual sales calls. Now, what you want to do right now in order to create leverage is you want to leverage the three pillars of, you guessed it, leverage, right? Now, the three pillars of leverage in this case are: first one, eliminate; second one, automate; third one, delegate, right? Now, let's analyze your current daily task. And also, this is just an example, right? Now, first thing that you're doing is you are spending 2 hours every single day in creating a logo and a website. Now, if you're trying in this case to go from 0 to 10K a month, well, this is fucking useless, right? Now, as an example, Charlie Morgan making over $1 million a month. He didn't have a website until he was making $200,000 every single fucking month. And you want to check out the logo of Charlie Morgan Imperium Acquisition. Of again, he's making over $1 million a month. Let me show you, right? This is Imperium Acquisition, and this is the logo. I am. That's it. No fancy shit. Literally an I and M. My logo also is an LA and A, right? Two fucking letters, right? So very, very simple. Okay. So in this case, well, as you can see, you're spending 2 hours a day on creating a logo and a website, which is fucking useless, which does not in any way possible move the needle towards actually achieving your goals. So, well, in this case, the best thing to do is to eliminate this because it's fucking useless, right? Now, with outreach, well, in here, if we eliminate that, then we are not getting any more sales calls or any clients. So, well, in this case, it's best to either automate or delegate. And this is going to depend, obviously, on the resources available that you have on hand. Now, let's say that you are sending 50 outreaches a day, right? You're booking one call a day and you're taking then one sales call a day, right? Now, if you're booking one call a day, this means from 50 outreaches, this means that this system is working quite decently, right? And now, if you want to create leverage and get even more results, if you just double, triple, quadruple, quintuple the input of this outreach, well, then you're going to also quintuple the output, right? So if you're booking one call from 50 outreaches, if you up that from 50 to 100, well, then you're booking two calls in a day, right? Then let's say you up that from 100 to then 200. Well, now you are booking what? Four calls every single day. You up this, so 200 to 400, right? Now you're booking fucking 8 calls a day, right? But now, as you can see, sending 400 outreaches every single day manually is fucking time consuming and it's pretty much not possible. Yes, you can do that, but it's gonna take you what? Like, is it if it's 2 hours for 50 outreaches, then it's gonna be like 8, 10 hours to send 400 outreaches, right? So, well, in this case, if you want to create even more leverage, what you do is you either automate or delegate sending 400 outreaches. And as you can see, the only way possible for you to actually get more outputs and also increase the results that you're going to achieve is by either automating or delegating, meaning by creating leverage. Now, let's say you are sending these messages, these 15 messages on X. Well, if you want to automate this, you simply find a software that actually allows you to do that. And now, if you're saying, hey, but I don't know any fucking software, anything that actually does this, guys, there's literally any fucking different automation you can think of out there, right? So, for example, for X, there is a software which is called X Reacher, which allows you to send 450 DMs per day for just $90 a month, completely automated. You can sign up to literally 10,000 DMs every single day, obviously, depending on how many clients you want to get, how many calls you want to get, and so on and so on. Now, let's say you're sending them, I don't know, on IG. For example, you could use a software which is called Cold DMs, which again allows you to do the exact same thing as the other system. So sending the actual messages and finding the leads completely automated. Or if this costs too much, you can use something which is called Insta DM, which again, guess what? Allows you to do the exact same thing. So send the message completely automatically. Now, let's say you're using LinkedIn, right? Well, you could use a tool which is called Sparking, which for like $10 a month allows you to then send 800 connections completely automated without you having to lift a finger, and also find these leads completely automated. Now, the point I'm trying to make in here is that you can literally automate anything that you want within your business just if you do some fucking research. And the only way possible to scale up to these numbers right here is either by automating or delegating. Now, delegating should be your last option. If you can automate, then do that first. But if you cannot, then you would have to delegate, right? Now, let's say that you then have sales calls. Well, with sales calls, it's a little bit different, right? Now, let's say that you are in another scenario. So you want to go from like 40K a month, right? So you're 40K a month and you want to go to 100K a month. But the issue here is that you cannot take any more calls on a daily basis. You are already taking like, I don't know, 4 or 6 calls on a daily basis, and you cannot take up more. Okay, well, in this case, can you automate the sales calls? No. Can you eliminate the sales calls? Obviously not. So you have to delegate, right? Because if you want to create more leverage and actually hop on more sales calls, then the only possible way to do that is by delegating these calls and hiring one or more people to actually take these calls for you. Now, this is pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you actually find it helpful, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye. Ciao.